S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I want to turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want to stop it. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot keys. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang, we some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everyone? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Folks, my name is Michael Edward Paranati, and I go by Michael Edward. I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group. In case you guys didn't know, we are a Benzinga FinTech Awards finalists for Best Data Analysis Tool. And we are also currently the fastest growing and highest rated premium online education platform that combines university level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, and individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term investing. There's literally something for everyone here at TTG. Now, we take that university level of curriculum, we pair it up with 8 professional full-time trading moderators to be with you each and every single day to guide you through the market session. They're with you from pre-market all the way through into the market close. You're not just gone after an hour or two and you're left to fend for yourself. You get access to our members, the most educated, helpful, supportive, and successful community of traders you'll ever find, not to mention the real-time trade alerts from the moderators and myself that collectively as a group have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate on all of our executions of just around 80%, now going on roughly the last 4 years. You're wondering why I should listen to anything it is that we discuss on this channel. It's because I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I began my trading career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City, my first job out of college, where they had me go through a training program before they ever let me touch a dollar of their money. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession and the big stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, and I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG. Along with my team of 8 professional trading mods and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of members from all over the world to reach their goals. We actually have members in 115 different countries, truly a global community here at TTG. So if you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live on this channel with myself and other mods and special guests. We'll drop golden nuggets and free lessons, education, trade ideas, and commentary that can help you guys all make money. So if you've not yet done so, smash that like button, turn on or subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Make sure you guys never miss out on any of these live streams. Crazy day in the markets today. It's been one hell of a volatile last week and a half. We got a lot going on. You had your CPI and PPI data this week, and then now you've got the markets just getting a little bit on edge about what's going on in the Middle East. So the real reason for the market decline today, not necessarily inflation, not necessarily your CPI, PPI data, not your any Fed members speaking. It wasn't interest rates or earnings from the banks or anything like that. The reason why the market's really sold off today, in my opinion, is geopolitical risk. And I just don't think that people wanted to go risk on going into the weekend with this alleged imminent attack or response from Iran against Israel. And I just think people wanted to lighten up on some of that risk and go into a little bit of a flight to safety going into the weekend, just in case something happened over the weekend where things escalated in the region. Now, late in the day, you had comments from Iran saying that their attack and their response, essentially, without quoting, without verbatim, essentially saying that it's going to be like an equivalent and a calculated and thought of response to the Israeli airstrike in Syria that took out the Iranian consulate building and killed some of the Iran's high military generals. They specifically cited that they don't want to, they want to keep the chances of an all-out regional escalation. They want to keep that minimal. So they kind of walked back a little bit of the comments from earlier in the week and the comments from early this morning. Early this morning, there were a lot of headlines coming out of the Middle East and different intelligence agencies, and obviously getting picked up from the news networks. And Israel was preparing for a response and for attacks, and the markets were very uneasy this morning. You saw the reason why I think that the down move today was really based on geopolitical risk is because of the other price action that you saw. You saw a flight to safety this morning. Oil moved higher, gold moved higher, bonds moved higher early in the day. And that is a textbook flight to safety on geopolitical risk. And that's why I just think you had some risk off going into the weekend. Then the markets broke 512. 512 is a key technical support level. And if you guys have been following my YouTube channel, I've been following the live streams for the last couple of days or the last week or so. I've told you that I've been targeting this 510, 509 zone and a test of this 50-day moving average. And that is exactly what we got today. Okay, so we did get down here and we did test this 50-day moving average. And a lot of members in True Trading Group were able to capitalize on this, the short side, whether if it was via futures or SPY put options. Some really great trading and some really good money-making opportunities today. Inside of TTG, as you guys can see, the markets really kind of sold off today and gave you a nice pullback right into a key support level. And again, that key support level being the 50-day moving average. Okay, way to go, Bogey, 130% gain on some puts today. Great job. Jared, I love you too, brother. I love you too. Jared says, I love you, Mike, with 4 exclamation points. I love you right back with 5 exclamation points. But that analysis was spot on. That analysis was spot on. We reached our target. Now it's a matter of what happens over the weekend. Now, Sunday night's live stream is going to be very important. Okay, Sunday night's live stream is going to be very important because if something happens and things escalate in the Middle East over the weekend, the market will react one way. If there is no incident over the weekend and things do not escalate, then I think the markets actually bounce back pretty nicely come Monday, and then you get into your earnings. It's entirely possible you can see a day that looks like this on Monday if there is no escalation in the Middle East. Now, what does escalation in the Middle East mean, and what does it look like? The way that I think the market will handle this is, and you saw this today. Today there were some rockets or whatever that were launched from Lebanon that came from Hezbollah. And the Iron Dome, Israel's defense system, was intercepting rockets that were coming from Lebanon. If that's all Iran is going to do, then I really don't think the market cares. And I actually think the markets bounce back. Iran has been attacking Israel through their terrorist proxies like Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthis. And everybody knows, the whole world knows, that Iran backs financially, militarily, strategically, all of these different terrorist organizations. And forever, they have been doing things in the Middle East through these proxies. So this way they can say, oh, we didn't do it. It wasn't us. It was them. It wasn't us. It was them. Well, now with Israel's strike on the Iranian consulate and Iran saying, oh, we're going to retaliate. How are you going to retaliate? Are you going to retaliate just a bunch of other Hezbollah attacks, the Houthi attacks, and you're going to do it through your proxies? Or are you going to actually take the mask off and say, we, Iran, we did this? Now, if they say we did this, Iran did this, our military did this, that's a whole nother ballgame. Because the way that I look at it is, if it's just another attack or rockets that are launched from these different proxies, whether it's Hamas, the Houthis, or if it's, Hezbollah, whatever, that's a whole lot of the same. That's been going on for a long time. That's been going on well before October 7th. That's been going on ever since October 7th. I don't think the market's really going to react that much, because I don't really see that as an escalation. And I'm not trying to be like geopolitical or whatever. I'm just saying, from a market standpoint, that's not anything new. Hezbollah sending rockets into Israel is not anything new. So that's why I don't think that the market views that as an escalation. I actually think that if that's all the response is, you probably see oil prices pull back in, because there's concerns about this growing threat in the Middle East and things escalating to then getting this big spike in the price of oil. Oil has rallied aggressively these last couple of weeks. And if that's all that this is going to be, I think oil cools off. I think you get some profit taking, and I think you see the price of oil drop back into maybe the low 80s, coming off of Brent touching 90. And I think there's a decent pullback to be had there in the price of oil, if that's the case. Now, to the flip side, if Iran says, we did this, that is something that would be new. That would absolutely be an escalation. And it would be an escalation in the sense, it would be basically Iran saying to the United States, let's go. And that would be something new. I actually think that's a huge mistake, as does everyone else in the rest of the world, besides the people that are probably in Iran. But that would be something new. That would be something new. That would be an escalation of events. And that, I think the market would care very, very much if something like that were to happen. All right. So I think Sunday night's live stream is going to be very important. If there is any type of serious escalation over the weekend, you can see, a gap down on Monday underneath the 50-day moving average. And then maybe the 50-day moving average starts to act as resistance. And then the next support level that you would be talking about, that you would be eyeing up, would be this previous support zone that you have back here. It would be this area right there. And if you guys see, you have this previous resistance level, and then obviously that became support. This is the day that NVIDIA reported earnings and the whole market gapped up, and that level became support. And that is your whole entire support zone around, call it 504 to 505 ish. That's your area. That's the support zone that I would be eyeing up on this little pullback if something like that were to happen over the weekend. So you're definitely going to want to make sure that you guys all set your reminders for Sunday evening, because I'm going to go live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll see where the futures market is. We'll go over whatever the news headlines are over the weekend, and we'll talk about what the expectation then is in the overall market. You also have earnings that kick off next week. You got earnings today from some of the banks, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. They kicked off the round of earnings season today, and they weren't great. They weren't great. There were concerns there on JP Morgan. JP Morgan showing a little bit of concern on with guidance, and JP Morgan got destroyed today. One of the biggest down days that JP Morgan has had in recent memory. Stock's down 6.5% today. This huge gap down and then follow through to the downside. So you take a look at that with JP Morgan, and that's not a good kind of setting the tone. So now let's talk about what earnings have we got over the last couple of weeks and what have they been? Well, JP Morgan, you see the result. Lululemon, warning about soft consumer and warning about guidance. This stock has gotten pulverized over the last 3 weeks. Look at this chart of Lululemon off the earnings gap down and then just absolute death and destruction as people are selling this stock as quickly as you can imagine, right? Selling itself all the way down to now major support level 325 to 330, major support level, call it 328, major support level down there for Lululemon. I think there's a technical support level down there in the mid to high 320s that you probably get a little bit of a dead cat bounce from. So watch out for that. But Lululemon, soft guidance, stock goes lower. Nike, soft guidance, stock goes lower. Ulta, soft guidance, stock goes lower. JP Morgan, soft guidance, stock goes lower. Is that a trend on what we can expect from all of these companies that are coming out and reporting earnings over the next couple of weeks? Or is this an individual company by company basis? We don't know that answer yet. We're going to find out next week. If this starts to become a trend, then I think you have more room to the downside on the SPY. Okay? Then you have more room. If there's an escalation in the Middle East, you have more room. To the flip side of this, if there's no escalation over the weekend, I think the market actually tries to bounce on Monday. And then if you get earnings from some of the companies on Monday, there's not that many, but Tuesday, Wednesday, it really starts to, you really start to get into some of the bigger companies, the bigger names. And if those companies, some of them are pretty good, or if the majority of them are good, then the markets, I think, could continue to bounce off of this area and then trade back into this consolidation range that we were in over the last couple of weeks. All right. So that's what I'm telling you. I really do think that the market's at a little bit of an inflection point right now. The market just had to absorb your third consecutive higher than expected inflation number. And you have now all of these potential catalysts that are going on. This situation in the Middle East is a little bit of a wild card. There was a little concern, 6 months ago when this first happened. I can't believe it's been 6 months already. Doesn't feel like October 7th was that long ago. But I feel like the market's at an inflection point. There's a couple of things that are lingering right now that could push the market over as we go into this earnings season. And from what I've seen so far from the companies that have reported earnings, it doesn't look good. Lulu, Nike, JP Morgan, Ulta. I mean, these are all consumer brands. Lululemon, Nike, and Ulta. I mean, that's literally just the consumer. This is just consumer discretionary spending textbook. Nike, Lululemon, that's consumer discretionary. That's retail, right? That's not Johnson & Johnson, toilet paper, baby powder, lotion, toothpaste. That's consumer staples. This is discretionary spending. And to see those companies with such well-known brands and brands that have a lot of loyalty from their consumer base, that's interesting to see. And I think there's a little bit of concern there that you could see a little more of that as we get into this next earnings wave. So I don't think that a pullback from here should really surprise people. if the market is set up for a pullback, I could easily see us pull this thing back to the low 500s, maybe even the mid 490s, and actually go and close that NVIDIA earnings gap. Closing that NVIDIA earnings gap takes you back to 497 right there. Okay, that closes the NVIDIA gap. And I think that it's very, very possible you can pull back in and reset against these support levels. And that would not be anything to panic about. It would not be anything to cause alarm. It would actually be extremely healthy. It would be extremely healthy because if you draw out your Fibonacci retracement levels off of that October low when the uptrend started, and you go Fibonacci level, Fibonacci bottom up to the all-time high, which is this upward move, the 23.6 Fibonacci level. Do you want to take a guess at where it lines up? Exactly to the penny, the gap fill. There it is. See this? This is your 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level. There's your gap fill. It lines up exactly to the penny. It lines up exactly to the penny. There it is. There's your gap fill. Let me delete this other line so I'm not confusing you. Let me delete all the lines. Screw it. Just so you guys can see this very, very clearly. Okay? Just so you can see this very, very clearly. I'll make these nice and wide too so you can see all these dotted lines. If we draw Fibonacci levels from the October low up to the all-time high, your 23.6 Fibonacci level is literally the gap fill. That's it, to the penny. So a pullback to here should not cause alarm. It should not make you panic. It would actually be a very, very, very healthy technical pullback. And then you can look to restructure some longs once you get down into that area. Okay. So maybe we have a situation where something happens in the Middle East that causes that pullback. Maybe it's earnings related and that causes the pullback. It's not inflation because we already survived you already survived your CPI number. Your CPI number came out higher than expected. The markets gapped down one day. They took the whole move back the next. There really wasn't a lot of cause for concern there after that CPI number came out. So I don't think that a pullback is going to be based on inflation because we already got the inflation data. I think you have now, it's going to be all about earnings. And I think that companies that miss on their guidance are going to be punished. I think that this is going to be an earnings season that you are going to see a lot of companies down significantly, where you're going to see a lot of companies that are down 7, 8, 10, 11, 12% on their earnings if they miss on guidance. The biggest thing here is going to be, in my opinion, will be the guidance. It's not going to be the actual earnings. I think you're going to see a couple situations where companies actually beat their earnings estimates, but then they are weak. Then they are weak on their guidance. And if you're weak on your guidance, I don't think that the earnings are actually going to matter. You can blow your earnings out of the water, but if you guide weak, I think your stock's going down. So I think that companies are going to be punished this earnings season if they miss on guidance. And if that happens, I think the markets can go down and test that support level, right? I mean, it already happened in Lululemon. Lulu missed on guidance, bang, stock gets crushed. Nike missed on guidance, bang, stock gets crushed. Ulta missed on guidance, bang, stock gets crushed. All right, JP Morgan guidance, bang, stock gets crushed. We're just going to see a whole lot more of that on the companies that do miss. So what I'm going to look for actually over the next 2 weeks, one of my trade strategies over the next couple of weeks is going to be identify stocks that have big red days because of soft guidance, try to short those stocks and try to stay short for at least 2 to 3 days and get follow through to the downside, right? Because I think you get the gap down and then you'll continue lower, right? Lululemon, the gap down, you continue lower, right? Ulta, the gap down, continue lower. Like, I think that you're going to see that. I think that's going to be a pretty good trading opportunity for us over the next couple of weeks, right? So the companies that do miss, we'll try to get short them on any bounce attempt, and we'll try to stay short. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking. And I think that that's a beautiful spot for the markets to pull back and to reset on. Maybe we get a nudge over the weekend because of what's going on. If something escalates in the Middle East, right? So rather than me sit here now today and try to make a prediction for next week, I'm not going to do that because I don't know what's going to happen this weekend. I think that today the market showed you that the market's nervous about this weekend. And you saw that very early on in the day when all your safe havens caught a bid, treasuries caught a bid, gold caught a bid, oil caught a bid early. And that gave you the big gap down in the markets. Then the market broke a key support level and continued to the downside. Then I think you got some technical selling pressure once you broke 512. I'll go back. Let me just show you the level. There's 512. Okay. So 512 was the low of the day yesterday, PPI number, the low of the day Wednesday, CPI number. And then that was a previous low today. And once that low broke, then you got the follow through to the downside, right? This is a very technical break. Okay. It's a very technical break. And that's where you got that extension to your next support level, which was that 50-day moving average. All right. That 50-day moving average was where we got down to. And then there it is. We go back to the daily chart. There it is. That dark blue line on your screen. That's the 50-day moving average. Is exactly where we landed. Right. It's exactly where we landed. All right. So I'm not going to make a prediction on what I think the markets do next week. I will do that on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So you make sure you set your reminders, and we will then go over my thoughts on the markets, and we'll also share with you my top trade ideas for the week. You do not want to miss my top trade ideas for the week. Why? Because lately they have been absolute fire. I gave you guys CCJ last Sunday, this previous week, the week prior to that on March 31st. Told you at CCJ, one of my top trade ideas for the week. And what happened? Oh, nothing, no big deal. Just a 367% gain on a swing trade that lasted 3 days. Long on April 1st, flat on April 3rd, 367% gain. Then we got long CCJ again yesterday. I got flat today, about 120% gain on call options on CCJ. So we have been trading this CCJ to absolute near perfection, capitalizing on every up move that this thing has had. We caught that, we waited out the consolidation, and then we caught that. So we've been catching all these up moves here on CCJ. I'm flat the position now. We took final profit off today as we did get to our final target. So I'm out of that position now, but we'll talk about what we see going into next week and where my next trade idea, where the next trade idea is that I have. All right. So you're going to want to be paying attention Sunday evening, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you set your reminders. And you should also be setting your reminders to make sure you don't miss out on this thing, because bottom line, flat out, why should you care about the stuff that we discuss on this channel and the stuff that we do inside of True Trading Group? It's actually just pretty simple. It has nothing to do with myself. It has nothing to do with the other 8 professional traders that are mods in TTG. It has to do with our members. Our members are having success and our members are making money. And if you were to ask me, Mike, why should I join True Trading Group? Why should I listen to what you have to say? My answer has nothing to do with myself. The answer has everything to do with that our members are actually successful. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that really matters, is if you're able to be successful with True Trading Group. You're not going to join True Trading Group to watch other people make money. If other traders making money does not translate into you making money, that's a problem. And that means that a membership to whatever platform or program that you're a part of is failing you. And our members are successful not just because I think that to be true. It's because they say it to be true, and I'll prove it to you. Members of TTG, do me a favor and type the number 1 if you're making money and you guys are becoming better traders because of True Trading Group. Go ahead and type the number 1 if you are making money and you're becoming better traders because of TTG. Go ahead and type the number 1 in chat right now. Now, anyone that's on this live stream that is not a member of TTG, you should pay very close attention to the amount of people that you see type the number 1, because these are people that were once in your exact same shoes, and now they're telling you that they're making money. If you're not a member, all these people were once sitting here watching me speak on a YouTube live, not a member, wondering if True Trading Group is right for them, wondering if TTG is going to allow them to make money. And now here they are telling you that they are making money. That's the best reason why I would tell somebody to join True Trading Group. That's the reason. It's because our members are actually successful and our members are actually making money. Now, you might think it's because they're lucky. You might think it's because they have all the time in the world. They're not lucky. They don't have all the time in the world. We have about 10,000 members in True Trading Group. 82% of them have full-time jobs, meaning they work over 40 hours a week. So this is not just a group of 10,000 full-time traders that are sitting at home all day, every day, scalping 100 trades throughout the course of the day. These are people that are busy working jobs and advancing in their careers. These are teachers, construction workers, lawyers, doctors, small business owners, mechanics, IT professionals, police officers, firemen, military personnel. These are people from all walks of life from 115 different countries that are now telling you that they are having success and they're becoming better traders. And it is simply because, not that I gave them some special secret indicator, not because I taught them some pattern I learned on Wall Street that nobody wants retail to know about. It is simply put, they have access to real education, similar to the training I received working at the fund in New York. They have access to real tools, some of the best tools that the industry has to offer, and they're part of a community of traders that genuinely gives a damn whether or not they succeed or fail. And if they can do it, then so can you. I'm in Mike's Accelerator class, and I can tell you Mike knows his stuff and definitely knows how to teach it. Thank you, Husky Giant. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Accelerator class has been sick. The Accelerator class has been absolutely awesome. For those of you that are not members, you don't know what an Accelerator class is, but I do these 9-week Accelerator programs where we meet with these very small group of members that want to participate in the Accelerator. We meet 3 times a week, 2 hours at a time with myself. You meet with me twice a week for 2 hours at a time. And then you meet with 3 other of our mods once a week for 2 hours at a time. So it's 6 hours a week, where we really dive in to some more advanced technical analysis, my strategy specifically, and really giving those that want that extra training and want that extra edge, giving you a much deeper dive into my trading style, strategy, and the things that I've developed and I've learned over the years, 18 years of doing this to be exact. And we go through that. And it's been a real game changer for members. The 2023 Accelerator class, the class that graduated from the 23 session, has made just progressed leaps and bounds from where they were prior to entering that program. And now the 2024 class is already seeing tremendous success. We're just about halfway through the program, and they're already seeing tremendous success and progress with that. So I'm very, very proud. I am very, very, very proud of the people that are part of my Accelerator program. Brian Bloom, what's up, man? I remember Brian Bloom, literally, I remember the day you joined. Brian Bloom has been a member for just a couple of days. So Brian says, this was my 3rd day. It has been it's been life-changing so far. That's amazing. It's only been your 3rd day. It's been life-changing so far. I've made half of my annual membership back in 3 trading days. I highly recommend not waiting and go ahead and get started. You won't regret it. Brian, thank you very much for that, man. I'm really, really happy that you're having success this early on. I literally just remember the day you joined. It was just like you said, you've only been a member for 3 days. I remember calling out your name on the live stream when you joined. I remember welcoming you. So welcome to the group, Ryan. And it's been a great first 3 days for you. If you've already made back half your membership in 3 days, imagine where you'll be 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years from now, right? So it's a great start. I'm happy to have you part of the team. I'm glad you're having success. I'm glad you're enjoying your membership with us. And let that be more proof and more evidence to anyone that's on this live stream that's not a member on why you should stop wasting time. You should stop procrastinating. This is the greatest market environment I've ever seen in 18 years for day trading and for swing trading. If you're sitting on the sideline, you are missing out on tremendous opportunity, plain and simple. And Brian Bloom is proof of that. How many people are on the live right now actually that are not members? Just do me a quick favor and type the letters TTG, please. Just type the letters TTG. Armand says, Mike, you're the GOAT for this analysis. You are the prophet. No, I'm not. I appreciate it, though. You and TTG team helped me a lot already with understanding the market, and I'm excited to do my first trade with TTG soon. Armand, I love that you have taken your time. I love that you have taken your time. Sam says, this last week in your accelerator took my trading to a whole nother level. In 1 year, I went from zero knowledge to knowing and growing more and more every day. I'm a lifetime member. Sam, music to my ears, brother. Music to my ears. All right, so we got Income to Freedom. We got Al Matisse or Al Mattis. All right, excellent. So listen, those of you that are not members of True, is this for beginners? Yes. Income to Freedom, is this for beginners? The answer is yes. It's also for experienced traders, though. Our training program is separated into beginner and advanced. So if you've been trading for 5 years already and you're already profitable, then you can go right to the advanced. If you're a beginner, if you are a beginner, then you guys can start obviously with the beginner courses. Sam was a beginner, right? So is this for here? Actually, let me do this. TTG members, can you guys do me a favor? Those of you that when you joined, if you knew nothing or little to nothing, can you go ahead and type the number 2 in chat right now? And then if you're making money now, like if you guys are making money, but when you first joined, you knew nothing or close to nothing, just type the number 2 inside chat right now. Income to Freedom and anybody else that has that same question, just pay attention. Just pay attention to what some of the members are going to say. The best way for me to answer these questions when people have them is not for me to answer them directly, but to actually just let members who are in your position that are experiencing what you would experience if you joined, is to see what they have to say about it. You can see all these people typing the number 2. They knew nothing or little or close to it when they joined True Trading Group, and now they're making money. So if they can do it, Income to Freedom, then I truly believe that so can you. And I believe so much that new members can do this, that we actually back what we say. We back it up with our own money by offering a double your money back guarantee. So anyone that joins True Trading Group, if you guys can't make your membership fee back during the year, we actually give you back double your money. So here, let me just tell you how you guys can join. So for those of you that are not members, go to ttgoffer.com. That's ttgoffer.com. Now, when you get that page, you're going to see that the membership normally costs $1,212 for the year. However, you're on this YouTube stream, use this coupon code I'm going to give you. It'll knock it off 48%. Use the coupon code TTG121. You have to manually type that coupon code in yourself. Click apply code. The price will drop down to just $627 for the whole year. That includes our 22 course curriculum, which is a simplified and expanded upon version of the training that I received working in New York. You're going to get access to our chat room where the moderators and I share our screen. We're live on the mic. We're calling out trades, answering questions, providing commentary from pre-market all the way through the close. You're going to get our mobile app that allows you to be connected to our screens, or connected to our chat rather, if you're not in front of your computer. Remember what I said, 82% of our members have full-time jobs. So how do they follow along with what we do during the day? By logging into the mobile app. You will get real-time push notifications when our moderators enter and exit positions, so you can follow along with what we are doing even while you're at work. You're going to get access to a video library that has over 1,000 hours of workshops covering different topics. And you're going to get a watch list every day from the moderators and I telling you what stocks we're focused on with entry and exit points. So you know exactly where to focus your attention before the day even begins. All you have to do is go to ttgoffer.com and use the code TTG121, click apply code, and the price drops to $627. Now, I mentioned the double your money back guarantee. Allow me to explain how this works. Timmy Jaramillo says, I've been watching you for months now. I had other groups, but it's nothing like your team. Thank you very much. I'm proud to say I'm getting all my ducks in a row, and I will be joining TTG family very soon. Can't wait. Jimmy, I'm excited for you, man. I appreciate I really appreciate the kind words. We really do have one hell of a team at True Trading Group. We really, really do. We have one hell of a team at True Trading Group. So, Timmy, I'm looking forward to trading with you, brother. We're not going anywhere. We're ready when you are. We are ready when you are. So let me tell you guys about this double your money back guarantee. So this is how it works. You'll join now. You'll pay $627. Do the following things. Go through all the courses. Pass the quizzes that are at the end of the courses. and attend one study group. We do study groups every Thursday. I'm asking you to attend one. If you do those things and you are unable to make enough winning trades that will equal the $627 membership fee, if you can't do that at least one time during your membership, we will give you back $1,254. That is double what you are paying to join the platform. That is how much that we believe in the platform that we've created and the community that we have, that we are willing to back up what we are saying with a double your money back guarantee. Now, the double your money back guarantee, it's literally right there on the checkout page. It is in black and white. Go read it. It's right there on the checkout page. Yes, it is real. Now, I can offer you double your money back simply because our refund rate is less than 2.5%. It's like 2.4% and change. 78% of our members stay with us. We have a retention rate of 78%. That means 78% of our members have either renewed their annual membership when it came due, or they spent thousands of dollars to lock in a lifetime membership. Now you have to ask yourself, why would somebody renew their membership? Why would somebody become a lifetime member if they were not having success? Guys, do me a favor and type the number 1 if you are a lifetime member or you've been a member of True Trading Group for longer than 1 year. Go ahead and type the number 1. Anyone that's on this live stream, okay? Anyone that's on this live stream, pay attention to how many people that you'd rather see comment, and then ask yourself this question. If you join TTG right now and you paid $627, let's fast forward to April 12th, 2025. It's time for your renewal. If you did not make any money, matter of fact, you lost money, would you renew your membership? The answer is, of course, no. Nor would I expect you to. You certainly wouldn't spend thousands of dollars to become a lifetime member. But if you had success, you learned a thing or two, you made some money, would you renew your membership? Chances are most likely, yes, you would. And when it comes time to renew your membership, even if our membership is like $1,400, it doesn't matter. You'll renew at the price you pay when you join. So like if you join today and you pay $627 with the coupon code, you'll pay $627 when it comes to your membership to renew. All you have to do is go to ttgoffer.com and use the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. That price drops to $627. Everything on that page that you see is included in the $627. There's no upsell for any of those things that are on that page. And then you guys sign up, you join, you got the double your money back guarantee. I don't think you need it considering our refund rate. It's less than 2.5%, but it's there to give you peace of mind. It's there to hold us accountable. If you have any questions at all about the membership, just send us a text message. The phone number to text is 1-888-306-8783. It's right down there at the bottom of your screen. If you have any questions, just simply text that number. If you have any concerns, you're having a hard time signing up, anything, text us. We are fully transparent. We are an open book. Anything you want to know about myself, the team, the mods, the money back guarantee, my partner, anything you want to know, you send us a text message. We'll answer any questions that you have, address any concerns that you do have. We have to welcome D. D, welcome to the family. Everybody welcome D. D is the newest member of the group. Guys, that $627 price point is only good until Sunday at midnight. Then the price jumps to over $700. All right. So you want to take advantage of this price point now, save yourself about $100. All right. So D, welcome to the family. Everybody welcome D. Welcome to the team. Again, guys, go to ttgoffer.com. Use the coupon code TTG121. Click apply code. The price drops down to $627. Check out. You guys are good to go. You got the double your money back guarantee. It's there. You don't need it. I really don't think you need it. But it's there. Okay. It's there. And any questions, text us 1-888-306-8783. All right. So D, welcome to the family. I got nothing else, guys. I got nothing else. Any questions? Anybody have any questions for me? Sunday is going to be a big day. So you guys, you want to make sure that you're tuned in on Sunday. It's going to be a big day with everything that we have going on, possibly over the weekend with the Middle East, and then you got the start of earnings. So I'll give you guys my top trade ideas for the week on Sunday. But then again, if you're someone that's considering joining and you want that 627 price point, make sure that you guys grab it now. Because again, like I said, Sunday, that price is going up to over 700 with that coupon code. So grab it now. Anybody have any questions for me? Sure. Yeah. Well, I'll do that. I'll do a little grade my stock for Armand. I'll take like 2 or 3 of them. Go ahead, guys. We'll do a little grade my stock. So for those who don't know what that is, it's a little segment that I do on the live stream where you guys call out a ticker symbol. I give you a grade on it, A, B, C, D, F, based on what I think, the chart, the fundamentals, and everything else. So go ahead, guys. Fire away. Starbucks. Starbucks has been beaten up, man. Starbucks has been beaten up. I'm giving Starbucks a B. I think Starbucks is coming up to a really nice support level that is viable, and it is 80, the low 80s. So what I'm looking at on Starbucks is you see the support level, and prior to that, it was resistance. And you see how you're getting pretty close. I think that Starbucks is going to bounce off of this area. Okay, I think it bounces off that area. And then from there, you have an even larger support level down at 70. So I like this. I'm going to give Starbucks a B. I think it's viable down there in the low 80s. And then if that breaks and there's like a bigger market correction, I think that the low 70s is a beautiful buy point for Starbucks, where I think you can take a much bigger chunk. But from just a quick trade standpoint, I like this support level. I'm going to give it a B. Yes, I am golfing this weekend. Yes, I am golfing this week. I'm playing Ballyowen this weekend. For anyone that's in the Jersey, New York, Connecticut area, I'll be at Ballyowen this weekend. Kenny Battles, Mike, how are the Yankees going to do this year? The Yankees are going to do very well this year, but they're not going to be a real World Series threat because I don't think they have the pitching to do well in October. I think I think the Yankees are going to do very well in the regular season, but I don't think they're going to really be a World Series threat because I just don't think they have the pitching. AMD, Nick Stuckey. I see you're not a member, but we're asking about AMD. I love AMD. Okay. I love AMD. AMD is an A for me, and you're actually at a really nice support level off of these previous highs. If you do not own AMD, I actually think that you are getting to a price point where it is worth taking a nibble if you don't own any. I own a lot of AMD. I've owned it for years, and I added big chunks in 2022 when the stock was beneath $100, beneath $90 to be exact. My big adds were here and here on AMD. So, but I've also owned AMD for the last couple of years. I also bought it here during COVID. So I've owned this stock for a while. And I'm going to own it for a while. But I really like AMD. AMD got hurt today because of China telling their companies that they want to phase out any foreign chips as the tensions with the US and China and everything just continues. But I like this as a pretty nice support level. So see, this was the previous all-time high, and you broke through it, and now here you are sitting on it. I think that if someone didn't own AMD at all, right? Let's say you missed this entire rally. If you don't own it at all, I think that this is a good spot to take your first bite. I think it's a good spot to take your first bite, and then your second bite, which would be a bigger bite, would be more down to this region and in front of this 200-day moving average. So I think that you just dollar cost average in. AMD is a stock that I love for the long term. I'm going to be a shareholder of AMD for a very long time. you can, come talk to me in 2030. I'm still going to be a shareholder of AMD. I'm going to own this thing for a long time. So, I might even add to for me, if AMD were to get back to like this area, I'm a buyer and I own it already from much lower prices. So I would be a buyer of AMD like right into here. So if you don't own it at all, I think it's a spot to take a nibble and you take another bigger bite here. And then, you just dollar cost average your way down if you get some serious market crash, and you would need a serious market crash for AMD to do this. But it's a stock that I'm going to own for a very long time, and I have no problem buying more of if it does go lower. It's an A for AMD. If there was a black swan geopolitical event, what would my first move be? That's a really good question. So okay. That's a really good question. Honestly, my first move would be to buy stuff, to be honest with you, because historically, every geopolitical sell-off is an overreaction. Every single one. When you go back throughout history and you look at when there was a major geopolitical event and the markets crashed, it was a buying opportunity. The markets usually overreact on a geopolitical event and then eventually forget about it. So you'll have that shock moment and then the market no longer cares. So the perfect example of that is Russia and Ukraine, right? So let's go back to when Russia invaded Ukraine, right? When Russia invaded Ukraine, when it was happening and there was the rumors, the market started to sell off. Then you had this massive gap down day when when Russia actually invaded Ukraine. And then the market ended up bouncing back. And then we sold off, not because of Russia, Ukraine, we sold off because of the rise in interest rates, and inflation went crazy at that time. And if you recall, back during early 2022, every news cycle was about Russia, Ukraine, updates about the war, Russia, Ukraine, what's going on, where now nobody cares. And I'm not saying nobody cares like the humanitarian aspect of it, like people are dying, it's terrible. Obviously, I mean, people care about that. But I'm saying the market no longer cares about whatever's happening between Russia and Ukraine. So you remember when it first happened, everybody was worried about, oil, the price of oil. What about wheat? There was wheat shortage, wheat prices went higher, oil prices went higher. Now they all have filtered all that out, right back to normal. That war is very much still going on, but the market no longer cares about it. And that's typical of every single major geopolitical event that's happened throughout history. It's same thing happened with Vietnam. Same thing happened during World War II. Same thing happened during the Iraqi war. Same thing happened after 9/11. The same thing happened. Like every single event, you get this initial reaction, this initial shock and awe sell-off, and then it turns out that the markets usually recover and very quickly forget about the conflict. So any type of a black swan event, I'm probably going to look to buy something because I don't think that sell-off would last. I don't think that sell-off would last. You'll get a spike in oil, you get a spike in gold. But I don't think that it would be a sustainable move. With the Middle East and oil being involved, would it be much worse? No. You got to remember when we invaded Iraq, oil was involved. The Middle East was involved. You saw a big spike in the price of oil, and then it dissipated. And then it dissipated. And I would argue that when the Iraqi war happened, and you look at the time, Iraq was a much larger player in the Middle East and a much stronger economy. And, I don't know the actual numbers on who's the larger oil producer, if it's Iraq or Iran. I don't know, but there's so many sanctions on Iranian oil anyway. that it's not like Iranian oil makes it to the U.S. shores. I don't know. I just feel like that's probably what you can compare it to if you're talking about, if you're talking about, oh, well, it's the Middle East, oil is involved. Well, same thing could be said when we went into Iraq in the early 2000s. You could have said the same thing there. But very quickly, the markets get over it. Very quickly, the markets get over it. All right. So, folks, that's it. That's it. That kind of wraps things up for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Watch the Masters. I'll be watching the Masters. I'll be golfing this weekend. And that's it. I'll see you guys on Sunday evening. Remember, Sunday evening, we're going to go live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll go over whatever happens over the weekend. And, hopefully nothing happens, right? If something happens, that means probably, lives were lost, and nobody wants that. So hopefully nothing happens. But nonetheless, we'll talk about whatever it is that needs to be talked about on Sunday, and I'll give you guys my top trade ideas for the week. So set your reminders. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. Again, if you're not a member, go to ttgoffer.com. Use the coupon code TTG121. Click apply code. The price drops to $627. Check out. You're good to go. Any questions, just text us 1-888-306-8783. Have a wonderful weekend, folks. I'll see you guys.